Right, I've just wasted an hour watching YouTube shorts, so I might be out of it a little bit. Qualifying 1 was a great start to the qualifying session. I had all three purple sectors with a 1.612 second advantage over Alonso in second place. After the session, Russell took second place from Alonso and got closer to me in first place, 0.828 seconds, the new gap. Qualifying 2 was slightly worse, as we had a 1.328 second gap to Norris in second place instead. I, of course, still maintained all three purple sectors. After the session, no one improved because rain began falling, meaning no one would be able to improve their time. Qualifying 3 was a similar circumstance, just in intermediate conditions. It was a little disappointing, as I had a 0.503 second gap to Max in second place, who took the fastest first sector. Again, no one improved after the session because the track conditions became optimal for wet tyres, and so I maintained my gap while admiring a mixed up top 10, which includes Bottas and Magnussen in 4th and 5th place. Let's go to the race and see how quickly Max, Charles, Carlos, Lewis, George, Fernando and Sergio can put themselves all into the top 8. Let's go.
The day we've all been waiting for is finally here. It's race day. The Brazilian Grand Prix has hosted some of the most important races in Formula One history. And I've got a feeling today will be no different. It's an unusual anti-clockwise race here in Interlagos, where the Sao Paulo locals are packed into the grandstands at each of the 15 corners around this classic 2.7-mile circuit. Two very fast sections bookend the famous and highly technical Sector 2, where getting a good run out of Junsao into one of the two DRS zones will be key to any overtaking prospects today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. A fantastic effort from Esteban Ocon yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Bottas, Kevin Magnussen, and Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Russell, Albon, and Pierre Gasly, Hamilton, Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel, and Leclerc, Stroll, Perez, Nicholas Latifi, and Yuki Tsunoda, Joe, and Mick Schumacher. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Anthony Davidson will be sharing his insight alongside me once again today. What should we be looking out for, Ant? Let's talk briefly about Esteban Ocon.
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? One more thing to consider is the strategy element. How far can the drivers push these tyres, and who's going to blink first for fresh rubber? It'll be interesting to see if the leaders have to compromise their plan to cover off the cars behind them.
Nice way to insult me, Davidson. Anyway, change strategy. Let's start on the softs, see what we can do on the mediums. Going to lap 28, push it even further, gain almost 5 seconds. Let's see if we can make that 5 seconds. 4.946 looks to be the max. That looks good enough to me. Let's see if we can do an alternative strategy. With medium hards, see if that gets me anywhere. 1.2, 4, 5, 5.5, 5.8, 6, 6.1, 8, 7. Really slow actually. About medium, soft. Oh yeah, that's 10 seconds. That's much quicker already. See if we can get there slightly slower. I think it's best that we finish on softs do somewhat like we did in Mexico. Let's just try out the soft hard strategy. No, nowhere quick enough. What about medium hard? Put a 1 stop, and then change this to the 2 stop with the softs last. Don't know why I couldn't just flick over to stint 3 and put softs first. And then I would have been able to change stint 1 to mediums, but hey ho, that's what I did, and I have to live with it by talking for about 10 extra seconds. Yeah, looks good enough to me. Take out fuel strategy. How was the fuel? Fuel was kind of alright, I think. So can put it down to about, I think I actually lost some fuel overall. I think I might need to put some extra. No, no, who cares? No, I gained fuel, that's it. 96.2 kilograms. Should be good enough. Don't get any safety cars, so can't take out any more fuel without going unnecessarily slowly to save fuel. 96.2 kilograms. Car setup. Don't need to look at what everyone else doing. Mediums and softs to start a race. Softs at the back. Let's go. Right. Let's get started, shall we? Brazilian Grand Prix. Penultimate race of the season. Should have been the final sprint race, but of course, with the mistake at the beginning of the season, there were no sprint races at all. So let's just get to the main Grand Prix. I'm actually kind of glad there was no sprint races. Let's get to the start then. Really poor one. Verstappen and Norris got us into turn 1. You can see Russell just trying to dive bomb Bottas and Magnussen, and he does so well, with Alonso almost following him through completely. But obviously us on the mediums versus the other two's softs weren't really going to get a good start anyway. However, it would have been nice if we kept P1. Did have a look at going around the outside of turn 7. Decided to go around the outside of turn 8. Almost. But yeah, no move unfortunately on Lando at the moment, and a little mistake here, I believe, put us back. No, there was no mistake at all. I just couldn't overtake. Not yet, at least. Gaining, went towards the inside, wasn't close enough, so backed out. So, I go on board with the start. Russell might be best, you know. Jesus Christ, he was behind Alonso. Okay, never mind. Magnussen and Bottas making contact. Mainly due to Russell. But yeah, I'm on board, and we do terribly. It was an okay pull away, just everyone else had better ones. So just happened and Norris got us into turn 1. Then Bottas revving the hell out of engine. Yeah, got a slightly better start than me on the same tyres, so start could have been slightly better. Drifted wide into Magnussen as Russell, and then that allowed Fernando to get past Magnussen as well. Bottas and Magnussen got a collision warning for that. So So as you can see, nothing doing yet at the beginning of lap 2. Jesus Christ, I don't remember doing that. As we head into sector 2, this is an important sector then, I guess. Coming up to Lando Norris, not quite any space, but superior speed, and we just go clean around the outside. Not quite, went off the circuit, let Norris back ahead completely, and we'll have to wait a little bit longer for the move, but maybe not too much longer. But not too much longer, as we're close enough that coming off this final corner, I do not remember the names, sorry. Coming off this final corner, get enough speed that we should be able to overtake him into turn 1, force him all the way to the inside. We head towards the outside, try to pin him to the apex, and coming out of turn 2, we got ourselves up into P2, able to go chase after Max then. Wrong lap. Yeah, a little mistake there. Almost forgot about it. That's why I weren't able to get so close to Norris. But it didn't matter, we were just able to brake later, close in, and heading into turn 6 and 7. Just go clean around the outside. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite stay on the circuit. Allowed Lando back through, and conceded the position. How that weren't a track limit warning, I have no idea. Wait, was that a little lake? I know there is a lake here. No, it's just that green bit. Curse you. I know the lake is over there somewhere. No, there it is. Right there. Could you see it on the intros? Anyway, geography lesson over for today. Are you able to see turn 4 from here? You can, but you're not really paying attention to it. You're looking more so at the lake. So, close enough to Lando. And gaining, temps are going down and down until we force them all the way to the inside. We drift right, this time no one on our outside. Packed out a little bit early, but able to pull through to turn 2. Tried to give him more space than I did at Singapore, however it didn't quite work, but no damage from any of us, so it's all good. So we head over to Max Verstappen, closing in. We'll be able to get him out of turn 3. Let's find out. I think we do. I can't remember. It's only one lap race. Force him to the inside. We go to the outside, switch him around, go around the outside. He makes a little bit of contact with us, so we're still going through turn 5. Oh! Okay, that's why he retires. It's so weird. He just retires for no reason. And he also turned into... well, he turned wide into me for no reason. Closing in. Where are we going to go? Gaining, gaining, gaining. Force them to the inside. We go to the outside. Brake late. Do I... Ooh. That's why I get no damage. Should I have given him more space? Yes. Okay, that's my fault. My bad, G. And that's really weird. As soon as that contact happens, he retires. I don't even feel this bit. Again, should have given him a little bit more space. That's so weird, I've never seen that happen before. Anyway, welcome to P1. I will give myself a 5-second penalty for that. Lap 7, first slow lap of the race. Traditions. I think it was just a slow lap, you know. I didn't really make mistakes this race. The only real mistakes I made were track limit warnings. Yep, just slow lap. What about lap 10? Sun's coming out. Yeah, just go on the grass a little bit of oversteer. And that's that. Lap 11. There was also a slow lap, making a trio. No mistake at turn 10. This lap. I think it's turn 10, might be turn 11. Lap 15, and we have our 4th slow lap. Fairly clean. Just braking a little bit too early, accelerating a little bit too late, and overall slow lap. Right out of pause. Lap 16. Yeah, again, just another slow lap. I need to get rid of these slow laps. Can't be having this, and yeah, if we get to the Formula 1. Lap 25. What happened here? Oh yeah. Now this one was an actual mistake. Just applied a little bit too much throttle. And then Joe Guan Yu decided to be a pain. I'm not allowed to, well, I don't think I'm allowed to swear. But if I was, it would have rhymed with batch. So, trying to then come up to lap Zhou again. Blue flags, but that was so close to losing my front wing. It's practically touching. Nope, never mind. No, it's not. Actually, so close. Yes, he doesn't have to give me the space, but it's blue flags. It's blue flags. He should have been letting me go. He does anyway on this straight, so I don't get it. Anyway, that was practically it for stint 1. So we head to our pit lap now. Just lapping Yuki Tsunoda. Did I say I didn't talk about Hasan, did I? Talk about strategy, I shall now. Medium, soft. Fairly straightforward, with the option to go to medium hards. The quickest 2-stop with the quickest 1-stop. AI following me in, Yuki Tsunoda and Latifi. Decent entry, no speeding, purple turn in, and a good release. Much better than the AI. Came out the pit lane. Make sure we don't cut any of these inside bits or hit the walls. I do come extremely close to that. Sometimes, well, I say extremely close. I think I come close to it on the exit barriers, but obviously I left off before then, so it don't matter. And practically the end of sector 1 already. I have to go lap 40 for our next incident. And this one is a track limit. How has this not created a slow lap? Well, I was about to say I decided to use a lot more curbs this time, but that's the wrong lap to say it. The final 10 laps will show you that. There we go, cutting the apex of turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, turn 8. Leclerc, go away. What are you doing there? Lap 42 next, and this was a slow lap and a track limit. So I believe this is Lando's fault. Yeah, I had to back out quite drastically. Otherwise I would have hit him. Yeah. Exit turn 7, it's okay to say that I used curbs. And then cut the apex turn 10, too much. It's bugging me that that might not be using the correct track number, corner numbers. So I'm just going to get f1.com up whilst doing this. Even though I can't see the laps I'm supposed to be going to now. Lap 45 for a slow lap, and then double warnings on 47. Nothing sector 1, how about sector 2? Yep, using curb there. Might have gone too wide on the curbs. That's probably why I got a slow lap. Yeah, I went wide here. How's this not a warning? I should have 3 penalties this race. Anyway, lap 47. 2 warnings to make the first penalty. Not quite turn 4. Exit turn 5 is probably 1. Haha, this is turn 8. And cut the corner to get the first penalty. Yay. I don't want to open Python. meant to click Windows 9. Lap 64 then. After the pit stop on lap 55. So obviously 2 mediums now, so that leaves the soft tyres for the final stint. Fairly straightforward race. It's quite boring. I think that's why I don't have a weekend clip. I've accidentally forgot to record that. Wow. Okay. I guess it's going to be like Singapore then. At least Mexico I recorded the podium. Coming into the pits, a little bit tighter on the speed, but it's still good. Run overs McLaren mechanics. Purple turning, a little bit poor on the release, but no matter, we got out. We'd already lapped George, but obviously he's just unlapped us himself, and we come out back into the race P1, 83 seconds behind George. Obviously that will decrease once he goes past the line, as he's battling to lap it. Wow, AI is so bad. Where am I? There am I. There I am. Lap 64. Time to begin the second penalty with a warning. Now at this point I had started to push for the final 10 laps. Mexico was the first time they did that in what? Since Netherlands? I don't think Netherlands rained at the... No, Netherlands did rain at the end. Belgium was the last time. No, Italy. Italy was the last time that I was able to push for the last 10 laps before Mexico. This is probably a better angle. I don't think front wing counts when you're going off the circuit. But either way, I found an image where all of my car is off the circuit, so okay. Lap 66 then. No, that lap 64 was my 5th warning. So, yeah, because there was 2 on lap 64, 2 on lap 47. So anyway, this is going to be the 3rd warning for the second penalty, meaning the second penalty. Using complete outside of the curbs. Turn 5, yay. 2 warnings here, 3 warnings at turn 8, and 1 was at the apex of turn 10. Almost forgot that then. Wasn't about, I really did not want to do a USA, where I looked at where the warning is and then immediately forgot where it was. Turn 3, yay. 7th warning, and then the final and 8th warning. Turn 5's exit. What caused me to go wide? I just didn't turn in enough. Typical. Lap 71, and by now we had lapped the entire grid. Haven't been able to do that since probably about Italy. I think I may have done it in Japan actually. Either way, end of the race. And we're going to come across the line to win the 18th Grand Prix this season. Little celebration. Let's go! It's the most dominant season I've had in any game. Well, except maybe Mario Kart. You can't really retire from Mario Kart, so yeah. I just want to check something because I was getting. I was seeing some shadows. I've seen some shadows at turn 10 when, personally, I think I shouldn't have been. Oh, now you don't. Personally, I think I was seeing... Never mind. I was pretty sure there was some shadows here, but it doesn't matter. We've won the Grand Prix. And I have nothing else to say, except let's go make it 19 victories in Abu Dhabi, only for about probably 4 of them to get eradicated from post-season retirements. Alonso, please don't retire from Abu Dhabi. I don't want any more probability of me retiring from races, because the 3 I've got now is more than enough. Obviously it's more likely that I retire from one, but hey ho. 172 point gap due to Max Verstappen retiring. Thank you so much, sir. So I can retire from 6 races. If I was to retire from 7 races, I would need 10 more points than Verstappen in the finale next week. No, not next week for me, because Australia's next week, so 2 weeks time. That'll be fun. Can't believe we're already at the end of this season. It feels like only last week that I started this season. But finally, a dominant one at that. Right, I'll hand you over to later me, and yeah, I really should stop doing this. I don't know how to end a voicing or a recording, so yeah, see ya. The race was done on the 26th of March, and the script is getting read a week later on the 2nd of April, not March. And the voicing over is on the 4th of April. Okay, this time it's a procrastination delay, even though the video can go out Thursday. But like I said, I wasted about an hour before starting this. Yay. The tire temperatures were a bit poor, around the middle mark of 85 degrees. The grid slot was good though, and the front wing was on the end of the yellow paint strip. Didn't actually realise until the Australian Grand Prix, the weekend after doing this, and the Australian Grand Prix, the first week of April. I didn't realise that you're allowed to be on the white line in the front. So that's news to me. I wonder if the game allows you to do that though. The start was poor as always. Max and Norris had me into turn 1, but that was all. I did not drop any more positions. Back at turn 1, Alonso and Russell jumped many positions, while Bottas earned a collision warning against Magnussen when Russell dived them both. To the live action, and on lap 2 we were close enough and quick enough that out of turn 5 we pulled alongside Norris on the outside of turn 6, but coming around the outside of turn 8, Norris pulled back ahead. So instead I set up a move on turn 1, into turn 1 on lap 3, round the outside, so it meant I was on the inside of turn 2. I completed the overtake into P2, but it was done with a little bit of closing the gap at the door, so Lando had to back out, otherwise he would have been off the circuit. On lap 2 there was a little oversteer on the apex of turn 1, so it delayed the attempted overtake, which is only an attempt because I left the circuit at turn 7, so I handed completely the position back to Lando. Lap 3 the overtake was clean. There was still a small gap, but Lando would have spun on the curb if he followed that line. And the AI don't like being forced onto curb anyway. Learn to be a human, AI. If you want to take over the world. Otherwise, you're never going to. Lap 4, we overtook Max for the lead of the race, but somehow it resulted in Max retiring. We headed to turn 4 and we collided at the apex and gave Max front wing damage. Completely my fault. 5-second penalty. But we also collided at turn 5, and this one was very similar to turn 4, and I squeezed him too much and we hit the opposite tyres. Front right and rear left. This was enough for Max to retire from the race for whatever reason. I don't think suspension, but suspension's not visual if it is in the game, so I have no idea. I then earned another 5-second because of that, I then earned another 5-second penalty. 10-second penalties already after 4 laps. The race did calm down after this lap. Lap 7. We achieved a slow lap. What was the cause? I cannot tell. Lap 10. We did another slow lap. Not sure again why. Lap 11. Third time lucky? No. I could not tell. Lap 15. Our 4th slow lap. I couldn't see the cause. Lap 16. Aha. I went a little wide at turn 10. I should have said that. Lap 15. I should have said aha. I didn't find out. Missed opportunity. Lap 25. I was catching back markers when after turn 10 I lost the rear and Joe unlapped himself. Hello Mexico. However, I tried lapping at turn 1 with an inside pass, but Joe was having none of it, and I had to corner cut to avoid major front wing damage. But I re-lapped him before turn 4. Lap 27, our pit lap, strategy being mediums to softs. No speeding, a purple turn in, and an OK release meant we rejoined the race in first place, 20 seconds ahead of George. We now have to head to lap 40 for our only invalidated lap time. What? It was not a track limit warning. Don't ask me. It came at turn 8, completely cutting the apex. A well-deserved warning, even though it's an invalidated lap time. I don't know. I don't understand it. We're not in time trial. Anyway, the first track limit warning was at turn 10 when we corner cut that corner quite easily actually. Lap 45 we received the second warning. I extended the circuit at turn 10. Lap 47 we got our third and fourth track limit warning. I extended turn 5 and corner cutted turn 8. Why this one weren't an invalidated lap as well? No idea. Oh, I missed a line. Lap 42, I lapped Norris, who awkwardly pulled aside at once after turn 4. Which was the lap the first track limit was on. That was supposed to come after well-deserved warning and before, anyway, the first track limit. Lap 55 was next when we boxed for the second time onto soft tyres for the first time, till the end of the race. No speeding, a purple turn in and running over McLaren mechanics, and a quick release meant we were leaving the pits in first place, a few seconds behind Alonso and Russell, last to be completely lapped. Lap 64, a 5th track limit warning. We got this at turn 8, another corner cut, yay. Lap 66, we got a 6th warning and so penalty. I extended turn 5, quite simple actually, twice now. Lap 67, we got 2 warnings, one at turn 3, a corner cut, and a clear track extension at turn 5. A complete penalty at turn 5, yay. Last but not least, lap 71, we lapped the entire field and came across the line to win the Grand Prix with 16 seconds of penalties, which become irrelevant because of Russell a lap down. We won the Grand Prix is what I'm saying. Let's go win Abu Dhabi. I know we can. I know we can take 5 victories in a row. I know we can get 19 out of 22 race wins. I don't know who I'm trying to persuade that I can win the race. But let's just go win the race. Nothing else to report about. So I'm just going to say goodbye. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Bye.